In the year 2276, the Terran Federation declared war on the coalition of independent colonies. A swift strike that took only 100 days split the system in two, forming into the Eastern and the Western, the East being known as the East Colonial Republic and the West being known as the Coalition of Independent Colonies. Several systems on the border of the TTF and CIC decided to band together under one banner in order to be able to fight the pirates that engaged them in the Western sector, as well as be able to supply the dying sector with supplies that very desperately needed. Thus, the TEC was formed, the Trader Emergency Coalition. United under one banner, the planets began building war fleets in order to protect their trade ships to the eastern sectors. After several years of trading and establishing connections on the eastern systems, the TEC became very wealthy, and thus became a juicy targets for the pirates and the CIC itself. The CIC began an offensive against the TEC in order to secure the resources collected by them. The TEC was caught completely off guard and immediately lost several systems to the CIC's dominant fleet. Using their vast wealth, the TEC purchased ships from the TTF and ECR. With their new fleet of makeshift merchant ships and bought ships from the east, they then began to defend against the onslaught of the CIC. After 6 years of constant warfare, the CIC splintered again, causing them to retreat and begin infighting, thus allowing the TEC the perfect opportunity to push back and gain territory in this war. Unknown to the TEC, they were actually not fighting the CIC but a group of pirates called the Khan Empire, who had begun to spread ravenously through the CIC due to its splintered state. The Khan Empire used captured CIC ships to force their dominance over CIC systems, but when one of the TEC ships disabled one of the captured CIC ships, they soon found a comms array with encoded messages from the Khan Empire identifying their exact empire's boundaries. Upon realizing this, the TEC had a sigh of relief knowing that they were not, in fact, at war with the coalition of independent colonies. They contacted the CIC and traded valuable resources for a mobile shipyard that they could finally produce a standardized fleet of warships. After identifying the assets of the Khan Empire as well as their main command structural areas, TEC launched a tactical strike against the Khan Empire, utterly decimating their chain of command and dispersing their fleets into the voidness of space. After the defeat of the Khan Empire, the TEC secured itself as a major player in the western sector. The new systems that were now under their borders were more than willing to join and take part in the prosperity of the TEC. However, this feeling was short-lived. Soon after, random fleets began attacking the borders of TEC in large numbers, large enough and advanced enough that they were able to melt through the defenses that were set up. The ships that began attacking the TEC were not known on any records of the TTF, CIC, or ECR. Therefore, they were completely unknown, but advanced enough that they wiped through the TEC ships immediately. Thus, 30 years of warfare began.
But I know just what you running from.
While the warring rages on in the west, the TEC focuses itself east with its new war fleet designed to protect its mining outposts so that we can gather resources in order to supply our war.